Today I'm going to show y'all this bomb shrimp and grits recipe. It's really quick and super simple to make, so if you don't feel like spending hours in your kitchen, I got you, girl. I'll have all the ingredients in the description box down below, so let's get started. We are going to start with some large Gulf shrimp. I grew up eating Gulf shrimp, so that's what I like to stick to. But if you want to cut down on your time, you can buy the easy peel shrimp or even the shrimp that are already peeled and deveined. As far as the size, this is perfect for whenever you're incorporating the shrimp into your recipe. I only really use the jumbo shrimp whenever I'm going to use it for a garnish or if I'm going to cut it up into smaller pieces. A lot of recipes I've seen will include bacon, and that'll give it that smoky flavor. I don't eat bacon, and if you also don't eat bacon but you still want that smoky flavor, you can just throw in some smoked paprika, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not gonna taste like bacon, but it'll at least give you some smokiness to your recipe. Alright, so now that we're done peeling, deveining, and washing our shrimp, we are going to move on to the seasoning step. I'll be honest with you, I don't know the specific measurements for this because I kind of just can tell by looking at it whether or not I need to add more. If you would like for me to start giving exact measurements, drop me a comment and let me know. And while you're down there, hit the like button if you're going to use this recipe so that YouTube will show it to more people. And also hit the subscribe button because, girl, I know the struggle of not knowing what to cook, and my channel will definitely help you out with that. So first I started off with the Tonys, and now I'm going in with some cayenne pepper. I like my food to be really spicy, so I like to put a lot. And now that I've gotten my shrimp to the color that I was aiming for, I'm just gonna go and add some parsley because, sis, we gotta make it visually appealing. So now that we're done with the shrimp, let's move on to the grits. I'm using 1 cup of dry grits, so I'm gonna need 4 cups of water. This recipe is enough for about 3 servings, but if you have a bigger family, then you can double or even triple all of my ingredients. I'm gonna set the stove to a medium-high heat, and while I'm waiting for the water to heat up, I'll get started chopping up my other ingredients. Okay, so these next few ingredients go together really well, and they're pretty much what gives the dish its flavor. I used half of an onion, half of a green bell pepper, half of a red bell pepper, and 1 clove of garlic. Again, you will need to change the amounts of these depending on the size of the batch you're trying to make. I noticed some of the recipes I watched on YouTube skip the bell peppers, but I feel like they are absolutely necessary, especially the red bell pepper, because it adds a little bit of sweetness that complements the rest of the flavors really well. But yeah, after this step, there's really not much left to this recipe. It's a really simple recipe and it's perfect for beginners who aren't that good at cooking just yet. Okay, so now that we have a nice little boil going on, we can throw in about 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 cup of the dried grits. Make sure that you're stirring your grits right after you pour them in so that they don't clump together because that'll make them cook unevenly. Bring your grits to a boil and then you could lower the heat and let them simmer with the lid on until you're ready to add your cheese. Alright, time to start working on our sauce. First, we're going to saute all the vegetables we just cut up into about 1 tablespoon of butter. While we're letting that simmer, I'm just going to put the lid on to help speed up the process a little. And once your vegetables look like this, you're ready to move on to your next step and add the shrimp. You're going to let your shrimp cook on one side, and once they look like this, add in about 1 tablespoon of the Worcestershire sauce. Girl, I'm not even gonna cap. I had to look up that pronunciation of the word on YouTube. I tried sounding it out myself and gave up halfway through because of all those letters. It's another really important ingredient to add because you see that nice color it just gave my shrimp, and on top of that it really adds an amazing flavor. We are pretty much done here. It smells amazing. Honestly, didn't take much time or effort. When your shrimp looks like this, that means it's done. And you're ready to add in about 3 more tablespoons of butter and 1 cup of the heavy whipping cream. And now we're gonna let that simmer for around 8 minutes. All right, let's check on our grits. They're at a texture that I'm satisfied with. So now I'm gonna throw in about 2 tablespoons of butter. If you find your grits aren't thick enough, all you have to do is just let them simmer for a bit longer without the lid on so that you can cook the water out. I added half the bag of shredded Velveeta cheese, which came to be about 1 cup. I feel like that was the perfect amount to add, but that part really just depends on your personal preference. Make sure you stir your grits really well so that the cheese is evenly distributed throughout. And now we are finally done and ready to plate our food. This was my first time making cheese grits, and I don't think I'll ever be able to go back to regular grits ever again. The sauce came out perfect. I added just the right amount of Tony's and cayenne pepper. I promise y'all it tastes just as good as it looks. Like, it legit tastes like something I could have ordered in a restaurant. But now that I'm done patting myself on the back, let me know what y'all thought of this recipe. I hope this helps someone, and I'll catch y'all next time.